I did my third Ironman. Here's how it went.
The athlete's getting their kick going, because he's so used to like the 70.3 speed.
$250 back, Simon!
Simonshi from Austin, Texas. All right, Simon, you are an Ironman.
My total time was 9 hours and 26 minutes. Here's a breakdown of the swim, bike, and run. First, the swim, we had around 26 men across, and it was a pretty crowded start, around 50 meters to the first turn buoy. This is not my kind of swim start because it's so crowded. You get hit and elbowed. So when the gun started, I actually started on the outside, not the inside route. I swam a little bit extra outside on the turn buoy. I wanted to get on Andrews, the #1 swimmer, PTO rank, and Ben Canoe's feet, but I couldn't see them. 1.2 miles in, I saw myself in this chase pack, and I was swimming literally right next to Sam Long. He had a pink cap. I knew it was 1.2 miles because once the yellow buoy turned orange, then that's the halfway mark, and I saw the orange buoy. I breathed to the right. We were on the left side of the buoy, and I saw Sam Long, and I decided I'm swimming way too slow. This is my warm-up pace. I'm going to decide to try to get ahead of the group, and that's when I started making my way with, I think it was a group of 15 guys, around 15 guys in that chase pack. I got to the swim finish and found out I was third. I was 2 minutes 50 seconds around that time behind Ben Canute. Got out the water, it was pretty cold. We had to run around 0.3 miles to the bike. My feet were getting numb. I got on the bike, some people behind me passed me in the transition and started to push a lot of power on the first loop. The bike has 3 loops. In each loop, is pretty much flat in the city of the Tempe. That's around 8 miles going out, and then another 10 miles out on the B line, the 87 highway B line. It's a kind of uphill, and then you turn around, make a U-turn, you go back downhill for 10 miles, and then in the city is pretty much flat for 8 miles. And there was a big headwind when we were going out. So big headwind and uphill on the way out, tailwind and downhill on the way back. So I was really pushing it. I think I was pushing around 85% of my FTP on the way out for a good 52 minutes, 1 hour, almost an hour. I had to slow down. My lower back started aching, and I had to reduce the power on the second loop. The second loop on the uphill, I did kind of push it a little. I pushed 260 watts, which is around that 80% of my FTP. After finishing the second loop, I was really tired. My third loop, 1 hour 40, I pushed, I think, 180 watts, which was very low. I was really fatigued. I tried to hang with the front group on the bike, but it didn't work out. Ended up doing a 4 hour 49 bike split. Not what I wanted. My goal was to do a sub 430. I believe I did have a sub 430 in me. Coming off the 70.3 Waco a couple of weeks ago, I did a 2 hour 8 minute bike split, but today it was kind of a tough condition mentally because we had a lot of headwind going out, and I think I pushed it a little too much at the beginning and paid for it at the end. Got to transition 2, picked up my run gear. I felt good. In my mind, I wanted to run a sub 3 hour marathon, which I think was very doable at the time. Since I didn't really push that much power, I took a lot of sodium, liquids in me. I'm very hydrated, and when I came to the run, I knew I was ready. I got to the run. The first loop, 13.1 miles, I clocked in at around 1 hour 31 minutes. If I kept it up, I could do a sub 310, maybe a sub 305 marathon, and go 850 something for the full Ironman. A huge improvement from last year, which was a 9 hour 23. But then I started having stomach issues. I had to go to the bathroom at mile 15.5, and things just started going downhill from there. I had to walk a lot. I was not feeling good at all. My stomach was in so much pain. And then another triathlete, Samantha, picked me up at my second loop, and we ran a good 15K together. Without her, I don't think I would have ran that whole time. I would have kept walking, running, doing all that. But we were able to push each other. She was on her first loop and had a good run at the end. At this point, I was saying, let's just finish an Ironman. Completing an Ironman itself is a big accomplishment. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna finish it out. I'm not going to DNF. At the end of the day, I may not have the results I wanted, but I did complete an Ironman, which is very important. I was a little disappointed for a couple hours after the race, but came to realize that it's a huge accomplishment in itself, completing my 3rd Ironman. My last race is scheduled to be 70.3 Indian Wells on December 4th. But currently I am right in the LA area in California, getting ready for that. But I decided not to do that, and I will end my season at Ironman Arizona. For my first pro season, I started out with Clash Miami the beginning of March. I decided to try to pursue the Olympic distance, and then shortly after that came back to long distance, middle distance racing. So I had a pretty long season. I moved a couple times, and I think it was best for me, after discussing it with some close friends, family, and my coach, that I should take a break. A good reset. After taking a break, get ready for next year, which I think it will be a huge year for me. I'm super thankful for all the support. The NVDM coaching team did very well. I ran past some people, biked past people, and got to share them on. There will be a huge announcement from a sponsor in the next video regarding a new bike, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Congrats to everyone out there racing Ironman Arizona. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys later.